so off the tip, it is New York. Here are the starters for Oklahoma City. Shea and Caruso are the backcourt pair. In it forward, it's Dort and Williams. And it's Holmgren in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Brunson. It's Hart on the wing. Shot clock at 5. Robinson on the wing. Shoots over Holmgren. Robinson can't hit.
That's an example of great defense. His teammates love that about him. Always why the shooters struggle against this guy.
And Doris, you talk about the bounciest big men in the association. Mitchell Robinson's on the short list.
Come on now, this guy is a game changer as a lob threat and rim protector. He's grown up so much in terms of avoiding foul trouble, and he's putting in the work on the offensive end. Mitchell Robinson is a big-time player. Nice job by OG Anunoby to be aggressive from distance.
Holmgren, the pass to Caruso. Back to Holmgren. Here's Dort. Foul on Josh Hart. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
It's very long, and SGA so effective around the hoop because of that length.
Robinson passes to Hart. Outside Brunson. And again, New York with the triple.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
And Allie LaForce spoke with Tom Thibodeau. Allie.
And he acknowledged that they're facing one of the most dynamic players in the league in Gilgeous-Alexander. He said there's no way to defend him, that his speed and movement, we need to be ready to rotate and help on every possession. Still, he said they're all looking forward to the challenge.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Kicks it out to Anunoby. 4-3. No good. And it's Dort with the ball for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Trailing by 2. Gilgeous-Alexander, no good. Here's the break. It's tipped. Anunoby for 3. And can't get it. He's now 1 of 3. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Doris, how about the emergence of Jalen Brunson? The Knicks got him as a free agent.
BA, it's incredible because the Knicks, when they signed him back in the summer of 2022, many voices were out there saying it's an overpay, you paid Jalen too much. Well, guess what? All NBA performer, and that contract looks like a bargain.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander after the basket by New York, and that's a foul called on OG Anunoby. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
Anunoby against Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. No good on the triple. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Knicks. Anunoby for 3. Offensive rebound. Here's Towns. And it's powered home by Towns.
Just excellent anticipation by Karl Anthony Towns. You've got to know where that ball is going to come off there.
New York leading by 3. Caruso with it, and it's Anunoby picking him up. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. To the middle. And the big finish by Holmgren.
And you know, as a roller, Holmgren shows great hands, and he makes nice adjustments moving downhill.
Brunson against Gilgeous-Alexander. Brunson passes to Anunoby. They set the pick. The 3-ball. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
The green light they gave him early should probably turn red. He needs to get others involved.
And great awareness. Holmgren's so good at reading the movement of his teammates, a very heady passer for a big man.
Now here's Brunson. Outside Hart. Towns outside. And a foul called on Jalen Williams. That's his first foul.
I have to admit, I mean, it's always a tough decision for the ref on the block charge call.
Brunson, a screen on Caruso. Anunoby for 3. Buries it from 3. Ananobi's got 8.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. And it falls. 2 for 3 from the field so far.
An example of the unique leadership of Gilgeous-Alexander, getting the 3 points right back for them.
This one for 3. And again, New York with the triple.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. The shot by Dort, no good.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
Here's Brunson. Lays it up and banks it in. He's got 5.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys. You love the anticipation there. Made sure to box out, knew where the ball was going, and doesn't let anyone impede.
The scoring is fast and furious as we end the first. New York out in front, leading by 4. Don't go away. We'll be back with the second quarter in just a moment. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for New York.
Well, in today's NBA, the three-point shot is so valuable. They realize this, and that's why they're continuing to drain as many as they can.
And their assist total, also impressive early, creating with the pass and playing for teammates.
We've got Achua. Mikal Bridges is out there with Miles McBride, and it's Sims in at center. That's the group for New York starting the second. Well, Doris, since he was traded out of Phoenix, Mikal Bridges' scoring numbers have skyrocketed. Why is that?
Well, number one, he's worked hard to develop his skill on the offensive end. He came in as a 3 and D guy, but what he's proven is he can handle the basketball, he can initiate action. You love the work ethic that went into that.
Mitchell, the pass to Wiggins. For 3. And the basket by Joe. Joe's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Outside McBride. Bridges, a screen on Mitchell. Here's McBride. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. And Mitchell with the slam.
Woo! His energy is unmatched.
The finish and transition, nice and easy.
Pass to Achua. The 3 is up. Wallace pulls it in. Oklahoma City trailing. In transition. The kick out to Wiggins. They get it again. Hardenstein passes to Joe. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. McBride with it. Hardenstein covering. For 3, Bridges. On target from range. Bridges has gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Thunder trail by 5. Pass to Joe. From downtown. Achua with a rebound.
No idea why he's attempting so many outside shots. It's not his day, and he needs to either look to drive or get it to an open teammate.
The Thunder have got 2 of 7 attempts to drop since the end of the first quarter. Fast break, New York. Bridges, left side. Back to Achua. Stolen by Wiggins. And a fast break now for the Thunder. And he lays it in on the break. Wiggins got his first points in this one. Knicks leading by 3. Bridges with it from behind the arc. New York again can't hit. Outside Joe. Hardenstein passes to Wallace. Pass to Wiggins. 6 to shoot. Down low. Picked it out of midair. And here they come. For 3, Bridges. Gets the 3 to fall. Bridges has got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, in catch-and-shoot opportunities, you've got to have good feet and pre-shot preparation. Mikal Bridges, yes, sir.
Wiggins from long range. He drops it from range.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Out to Bridges. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Hartenstein.
He clipped the ball there, but not enough to nab the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now. I'll tell you, he'll take that all day, every day. I'm sure he was shocked to find himself that wide open.
Pass to Joe. Launches a three. That one's good. Mitchell making the play. Joe's got 6.
Good passing to set that up. Teamwork on display.
McBride with it. Joe covering. McBride passes to Achua. Here's Ryan. And again, New York with the triple.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
Knicks lead 33-27.
On the wing, Mitchell. McBride covers. Wiggins from long range. The rebound by Sims. Knicks leading by 6. Here's Bridges. Oh, that was something else,
just
man!
Beautiful. And how about the hops Bridges has? Showing off some there with the slam.
Mitchell, and so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
Oklahoma City shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. And the second free throw is good. For New York, they've gotten 6 of their 12 attempts to go since the end of the first. Now here's McBride. Checked by Mitchell. Bridges, a screen on Mitchell. Outside Achua. He got it up. He knocks it.
2 minutes are allowed to review the play.
No, we're not going to halftime just yet. The officials signaling that they are going to take a look at this replay.
And the video is going to be sent to the officials from the replay center in Circle.
Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be back right after the break for the third quarter here on 2K Sports.
28. That's the end of the first half with the score. The Knicks 37. The Thunder 28. Fans, please direct your attention to center court.
And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. Boy, without question, OG Anunoby displaying all his skills today.
Well, if he's hit threes like he did in the first half, he's going to have a monster night.
What I love is they've continued to feed this guy, ride the hot hand until the defense does something about it.
On the court for the Thunder, Shea and Caruso are the backcourt pair. Inside, we got Williams and Holmgren, and it's Dort in at the 3. And Doris, no doubt about it, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is an absolute monster on offense.
Very quietly, one of the most dangerous offensive players in the game is Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got size, he's got speed, he's got handle, he can score from 3 levels. This guy is a legit force.
Back to Caruso. The kick out to Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. SGA from distance.
Coach likes that look. And Gilgeous-Alexander from the corner.
Brunson passes to Anunoby. Towns with the ball. Outside Brunson. Outside Hart. Outside Anunoby. New York needs to get one up quick. The timer ticks. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Thunder trail by 9. Gilgeous-Alexander looking it over. SGA explodes to the rim.
I love when Shea does not just settle for a layup, finish with authority. What a pretty dunk.
Brunson with it. Caruso covers. And the foul called on Chet Holmgren. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Over a minute and a half now into this third quarter action. To the paint. 5 to shoot. Robinson passes to Anunoby. 3-pointer. Sinks it from distance. Anunoby's got 6 here in the quarter.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team, productive and efficient.
Doris, not only is the Thunder roster full of young talent, they also have a ridiculous amount of draft capital.
BA, you've got to give a ton of credit to the front office. They've got multiple options going forward. Continue to draft and develop their talent, or perhaps use those picks to trade for a superstar you believe fits.
Oh, it's stolen by Towns. Here's Robinson, and a big finish by Robinson.
Boy, Mitchell Robinson, a hard man to stop when he's got momentum. Nice.
Pass to Caruso. Hits the three-pointer. Caruso's got 10 points.
You do not want to let this guy get going. He can take days to cool off.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the 11th pick back in 2018, has developed to the point where he is in the MVP conversation. His coach, Mark Daignault, said he's improved every year. He's been in the league. It's a testament to his humility. He looks in the mirror, he sees what he needs to improve on, and then he works at it. Brian?
All right, Allie, thank you. And an Obi for three. Williams grabs the board. The three. And it's New York with a rebound.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Robinson in the post. He's guarded by Caruso. Offensive board. Robinson gets the bucket.
Well, exactly where you want Robinson taking advantage offensively. Use the length and size to score inside.
Pass to Caruso. Knocks it down from distance. Caruso's got 6 here in the quarter.
Well, as usual, this guy cooking on the offensive end. But right now, the other guys on his team have got to step forward.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. Towns against Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander sinks a big one. 54 seconds left in the third quarter. Left side Brunson. Pass to Anunoby. And the foul on Alex Caruso. That's his first foul of the game. So New York ends up going with a whole new group. 41 seconds left in the third. Shoots. New York again can't hit.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
And the basket by Joe.
This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected or it's a problem.
Here's Sims. Oh, a dunk and a foul! A powerhouse move. He's got a chance for one more at the line. It goes on Aaron Wiggins. New York shooting their first free throw in this game. And here's Mitchell. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. 6-point game. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
They've been aggressive during this run, but they've also played under control.
I think the communication on offense is working at every level right now. What a run for this group.
Oh, it's stolen by Mitchell. And here they go on a free run to the bucket.
And you can tell they're in sync right now, expertly turning the steal into fast break points. He's such a good free throw shooter. You don't want to foul him unless it's absolutely necessary.
New York shooting their second and third shots at the line here.
At the line.
First free throw is good. That one misses. That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Miles McBride is out there with Mikal Bridges. Then there's Precious Achiuwa, and it's Sims in at the 5. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Here's Wallace. And the 3 off target. Knicks leading by 5. The 3. Ryan, no good.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Mitchell, the pass to Joe. Back to Mitchell. Wiggins against Achiuwa. Outside Joe. Driving inside. And rejected. Beyond the arc. Gets the 3 ball to go. And it's an 8-point Knick lead.
You know, guys, that's the selfless attitude of Mikal Bridges. So willing to give it up to an open guy.
Mitchell, the pass to Wiggins. There's a screen. Clock at 6. Pass to Joe. Mitchell with the ball. Back to Joe. Puts up a 3. That one's good. Mitchell making the play.
3-point goal.
Mitchell's got 3 assists in the game.
And talk about payback. He hits the revenge triple.
Oh, you love to see the competitive fire. A little bit of pride at stake.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
For the Knicks, Karl Anthony Towns has checked in for Achua. Anunoby comes in for Ryan. And it's Jalen Brunson in for McBride.
Boy, when these bigs like Karl Anthony Towns show off that power, you've got to love it.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams. Dort for 3. Connects from downtown. Dort's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
They're going at it on offense. Neither team backing down.
I'll tell you, we have seen great execution from both teams. Neither one giving an inch here.
Drops in the 3.
You've got to be aware and stay attached to Mikal Bridges beyond that arc. This guy dangerous as a shooter.
And that's a foul called on OG Anunoby. That'll be a second foul of the game. Robinson, he's checked in for Sims.
First team foul.
We're in the 4th quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Dort. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Caruso. Now here's Dort. Takes a 3. And it's New York with a rebound. Towns has got rebound number 7 tonight. Dort, the pass to Williams. Hits the trifecta.
Well, you got to be able to shoot fast in the league. So it's nice to see Williams doesn't need a lot of setup time.
Anunoby a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Brunson assertive on the take. Robinson finds some space. And it's Holmgren with a rebound.
All by himself, trying to step up. He's got to be frustrated with the miss.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
SGA, that's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander to you. Big time clutch delivery.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Brunson. Towns outside. Oh, they get a hand on it. And stolen by Caruso. 3 on 3. Here's Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Williams is like a vibe. I mean, this guy gets it. He knows they need points there, and he takes it upon himself to deliver.
Anunoby passes to Towns. Back to Anunoby. Towns outside. Over Williams. Towns can't get it to go.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Dort for 3. It's rebounded by New York. They held a 12-point lead earlier. Anunoby against Williams. Towns outside. Kicks it out to Anunoby. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
And talk about stepping up in a big way.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
The and one puts a little extra insurance on their lead. What a play.
Caruso finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Hook loose. And here we go, the Knicks in transition. Anunoby for 3. An absolute bomb from 3-point range. And it's an 8-point Knick lead.
OG Anunoby, because of his athletic ability, can be special in the open floor. Nice finish there.
Brunson on the drive. He shoots it. It's off. And so this one belongs to the Knicks. Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that's going to do.
anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Handle out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point.
Towns attacks the basket with such a ferocity and never give up attitude. I love that about him, guys.
Edwards with the screen for DiVincenzo. Edwards passes to McDaniels. It's rebounded by New York.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
That one drops for him.
And Brunson recognizes how to execute inside. The D must be more physical with it.
Randall against Towns. They get a hand on it. McDaniels, a screen on Brunson. Shrugs off the contact and dunks it. He'll go to the free throw line.
DiVincenzo showing a lot of heart and strength, taking the foul and still getting the shot to go.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Anunoby has the open look. The kick out to Towns. Pass to Hart. New York moving it around. 4 on the clock. Anunoby passes to Brunson for 3. He can't hit that time. Timberwolves on offense. There's the drive. DiVincenzo finds Randall. No good on the 3. The Knicks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Anunoby outside. Back to Brunson. Anunoby, a screen on DiVincenzo. And it's Brunson missing for Minnesota. They've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Pass to Gobert. Towns against Randall. And Mitchell Robinson is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's Edwards, and finished off by Edwards.
Watch out now. Look out below. Edwards rising to the rafters.
From the arc. Anunoby, no good. Minnesota in the lead. It's Randall with the drive, and Randall throws it down.
You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent passing.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
Edwards finds McDaniel. DiVincenzo against Brunson. Edwards, good.
Didn't take Edwards long to get those 3 points back. Right back at you.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Swingman Jaden McDaniels said, "We don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough." Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical. But, David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report. And Brunson, here we go. Pass to Hart. Back to Brunson. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Boy, Hart is one of those guys you look at and you can just see the team is first with him. Never hesitates to find the open guy.
Edwards with the screen for DiVincenzo. Edwards inside. He's guarded by Anunoby. And the basket by Edwards.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now, here's Anunoby. Back to Brunson. 6 on the shot clock. Anunoby is screen on DiVincenzo. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
Out to Edwards. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. A nice shot by McDaniels.
Attacking right away. McDaniels wasting no time there.
Anunoby outside. On deep, Brunson. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. It's tipped, and that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Timberwolves.
And they've set the tone from the jump. They're looking to pound it inside and score in the paint.
They've also displayed a real unselfishness as a team, moving the basketball well, sharing the rock, and giving everybody a chance to participate in the offense.
Bridges, he's jacked in for the Knicks. On the court for Minnesota. Naj Reid out there with Miller. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Then it's Conley, and it's Ingles in at the 3. Here's Bridges, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
Nimble inside play by Bridges, working his way to a close-range shot.
Conley kicks to Reid. That 3 off the mark. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. 4-point game. And talking about the Knicks, GA, do you feel they took a step forward last season?
I do. I mean, losing in 7 in the conference semis with all the injuries they had, that really kind of set them back. They ended that game 7 with the Pacers missing 4 of their starting 5. So, no doubt, expectations will be high.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
Conley kicks to Reid. Pass to Ingles. Here's Alexander-Walker. No one near Conley as he lets it go. Gets the 3-pointer to fall.
I'll tell you, you give Conley the ball and trust him to make the right decision.
Kick by Bridges. Count the basket. McBride's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
A wide open look here for Ingles. And another 3 for Minnesota.
And you're asking for more trouble than you can handle if you're going to let him just roam free from beyond the arc.
Pass to Ryan. Stolen by Michael Conley. And oh, here we go. Conley, nobody back. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And Conley's a guy that leads by example. And as a result, his teammates respect and trust him completely.
Good on the second free throw. Clark, if you had one word to describe Mike Conley, what would it be?
Reliable, steadfast, dependable. And I know that's 3, but I wanted to give you 3 different words I could use to describe it. Only 2 seasons in his whole career has he not played at least 50 games. That speaks to durability and professionalism.
Here's Bridges. Over in the corner, McBride. And it's off from 3-point range. Timberwolves leading by 6. High arcing shot, and Conley lays it in. Conley's got 6 points.
Conley's so adept at knowing when he needs to get that shot off. Nice soft touch there.
McBride finds Bridges. A 3-pointer, no good. Minnesota's gone 5 of 8 from 3-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. Pass to Alexander-Walker. Now here's Reid. T right on him. Shot clock at 6. From deep. Conley's shot is off.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Bridges misses. Timberwolves have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Alexander Walker on the wing. Miller outside. They set the screen. Reed kicks to Miller. Got a piece of it. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. Reed the pass to Miller. Shoots over Achua. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Inside, here's Bridges, and contact on the shot. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
Bridges at the line, 2 shots. The play will be reviewed under NBA rules.
The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able now. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
Guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight. You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year, as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you got to look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But, boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future. And Conley is just so unselfish. He's very willing to give the ball up if it means setting up a teammate.
McBride finds Bridges. Lets it go with a 3. No good on the shot. Timberwolves leading by 8. Pass to Alexander Walker. Reed with it from downtown. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Yet another 3. Once we hit the second quarter, it just seems as if those threes just started to fall like raindrops.
Naz Reed has been on display for Minnesota. And it was from three-point range where he did the most damage. He knocked down 3 in that quarter. Right back after this break. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Naz Reed with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of.
At point, we'll see Brunson with Anunoby next to him. Josh Hart out there at Towns, and it's Robinson in at the 5. That's the 5 for New York right now. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, D.A.?
Kevin, Rudy Gobert has tied for the most Defensive Player of the Year awards all time, and he's challenging himself to do more offensively. He said it's all about just being okay with missing or making mistakes, freeing my mind and doing the things that I work on to get out of this shell that I was being put in. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David Aldridge, we thank you for that report. Shot clock at 5. Randall down low. Towns on him. Randall no good. Knicks trail by 13. Robinson left side. Deflects the pass. Back to Anunoby. Robinson down low. Gobert on him. And Robinson throws it down hard.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand punch.
Mark, we've got some incredible talents in this league, and you know how skilled big men are today. Wow, it is something to watch.
It really is, Kevin. I mean, you almost feel like every 7-footer in the league is a capable perimeter shooter that can consistently make threes. Man, the game has certainly changed, and I actually enjoy it. I mean, the evolution of big guys being able to stroke it that consistently is pretty fun to watch.
Here's Anunoby, cranes the three-pointer. Anunoby's got 6.
And what an assured player. Anunoby believes in his ability to shoot the ball off the catch.
And finished off by Edwards.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in, build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime.
And why not? A little salt in the wound. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys reeling and on the ropes.
Just a reflexive move by Brunson, putting complete trust in his mechanics.
GA, as you know, Jalen Brunson is a second-generation NBA player.
Yeah, his dad, Rick Brunson, was an 11-year vet who also played overseas and eventually settled in as a coach in this league. So Jalen grew up in those NBA locker rooms.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for New York. They trail by 9 points. Hart finds Towns. Out to Brunson. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Brunson's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Knicks. Minnesota's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. DiVincenzo passes to Edwards. Gobert with a screen for Edwards. Pass to Gobert. Back to Edwards. Gobert with a screen on Anunoby. They get it back. And Gobert kicks to McDaniel. Buries the long-range jumper. He's got 6.
If you want the title of 3-and-D player, you've got to make threes. McDaniels has really worked on that shot.
Here's Brunson. Pretty bucket inside by Brunson.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Outside Edwards. Pass to McDaniels. Takes a 3. Karl Anthony Towns with the rebound. Towns has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. On up the court. And the dunk by Towns.
Boy, look at the big fella elevating when Towns goes to the rim. He's doing it on and with purpose.
DiVincenzo passes to Gobert. Edwards kicks to Randall. Edwards with the screen for Randall. Over in the corner, McDaniels. Edwards passes to McDaniels. Knicks with the rebound. Now, here's Anunoby. Outside for Robinson. Now, Brunson. Wide open. He fires. The third quarter comes to a close. Timberwolves lead by 5. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
First team foul.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, they've got Miller Conley out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Joe Ingles, and it's Reed in at the center, filling out the middle. Alexander-Walker passes to Conley, and they come right back with their own three-pointer. And the Timberwolves lead by 5. New York's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Back to McBride. Out to the right wing. Bridges outside. Pass to Sims. Puts up a deep three. He doesn't hit that one. Minnesota leading by 5. And it's Miller in the corner. Reed with the screen on Bridges. Outside Conley. It's good.
A crafty scorer. Conley makes the most of his opportunities down low.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. Here's McBride, defended by Alexander Walker. Here's Ingles, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Alexander Walker passes to Miller. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Bridges. And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. Here's Alexander Walker. He's guarded by Anunoby. Miller with a wide open look. His three-pointers off the mark. Knicks trail by 7. And they go to the intentional foul.
You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Bridges, he's checked in for Josh Hart. The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. And Edwards with the stop.
We've got liftoff here, folks. Once Edwards sprints past the defense, it is an absolute wrap.
Brunson kicks to Anunoby. Brunson scanning the floor. Anunoby outside. From outside, off the mark.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Mikal Bridges. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Near the three-point line, it's Edwards. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got his 5th rebound in this one. Towns for 3. The shot's good on the assist by Brunson. Brunson's got his 4th assist in this one.
Towns is money off the catch and shoot.
Here's Edwards. It's rebounded by New York. Towns has got his 6th rebound on the night. Over to the left wing. And there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
No problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Robinson sets a screen for Anunoby. Down low. Robinson kicks to Anunoby. Clock at 4. Here's Brunson. And it's good with time running down in the shot clock. Now just a 4-point Timberwolves lead. The Timberwolves have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. And go outside. Pass to McDaniels. This one for 3. It's not going to go for him.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
To Brunson. Shooting foul as the coach's challenge has been issued.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch told the team. Now he wants them to stay focused on teamwork out there. He said, let's keep communicating, keep talking. We got to help each other out there. Coach thinks that team effort is what's needed here, guys.
Thank you, David.
Now into the lineup for the Timberwolves, number 9, Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
Bridges with the steal. Shoots the three. Good! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what? Who knows? You misstep the strike, and they're right there within range. You know, late game free throws are a lot different than early game free throws in terms of making.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. And he commits the intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Big-time free throws there. That could be the difference. It forces them now into a 3-point attempt.
And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now in terms of strategy here. Any thoughts?
And they need a 3 to tie. But look, they've got enough time here to find a good look. They can run a play off the inbounds, make sure they get it in the hands of their best shooter.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
squads going at it here.
You know, B.A., looking to prove who is the one to beat in their conference. You love this elite level of competition. This is a chance to show who is the best in the West.
Let's check out Minnesota's starting lineup. Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard position. And stolen by Williams. Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. No good from outside. McDaniels with it, and it's Dort picking him up. Dort with a steal. Here's Williams. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
And Williams drops them both. Here's Minnesota. Defensive Player of the Year 4 times over, Stan. Rudy Gobert tied for the record.
Yeah, Brian, alongside Dikembe Mutombo and Ben Wallace, and Gobert's capable of getting another one, too, assuming his countryman, Victor Wembanyama, doesn't start taking the reins.
And the foul on Alex Caruso. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
Here's Edwards. Outside McDaniels. DiVincenzo with a screen on Caruso. Edwards, the pass to DiVincenzo.
Excellent anticipation there to come away with the steal.
Williams into the lane.
Wow, what a move by Jalen Williams. Offensively, he just has the whole package.
Outside Edwards. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. And now we go to Allie LaForce, who had a chance to talk with Mark Dagnall.
I asked him directly about facing Anthony Edwards, and Coach said he's just so dynamic, right? Our hope is that we can control the pace, make this our kind of game, and he'll be a little less explosive. So the plan is to stifle Edwards by not letting him play at his tempo. Back to you.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. DiVincenzo with it. Now Gilgeous-Alexander defending. Here's Gobert. Soft touch off the glass.
Nice play by Gobert, taking it up strong and daring people to stop him.
On the wing, Caruso. Gilgeous-Alexander against McDaniels. Off the mark there with a 3.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
And the Timberwolves hit again from deep.
Hey, good to get him going right away. I mean, those are the shots that really boost confidence.
Yeah, it's always nice to see him drop in a triple early in the game. That'll set him up for success the rest of the way.
And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
Here's Williams. The Timberwolves getting their last shot to go.
A 6'6" playmaker, SGA has a great view of the floor.
Randle with it. Now guarded by Holmgren. Randle, pass to DiVincenzo. Gobert with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. To the inside. That's tipped. Ooh, it's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Recognizes the fast break opportunity and takes full advantage. Gilgeous-Alexander has a solid feel for the game.
From deep, Holmgren. And it's Gobert with a rebound. And here's Gobert. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. 4-point game. Here's Edwards. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That's his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Holmgren with a screen on McDaniels. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Caruso. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Clock at 4. Oklahoma City's got to hurry. They got to get up a shot. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. outside. DiVincenzo. Pass to Edwards. Here's the pick. And Edwards slams it in.
Well, once Edwards saw his opening, it was game over. He delights in sticking it to you like this.
Caruso outside. Williams passes to Caruso. Back to Williams. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Dort. Inside. And Williams punches it home.
Yeah, an amazing find. How about the patience from Dort? Waits for his man to get open and feeds him.
Oh, wasted no time on that one. McDaniels got 5.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Williams finds Gilgeous-Alexander. The kick out to Williams. And that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander. 14 points for him.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
And the foul on Alex Caruso. That's foul number 2 for him.
13 foul.
Edwards for 3. And that's not going to go. And so it's Jalen Williams making things happen. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Thunder?
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
Another area where they've excelled has been pushing it on the break. They're really getting after it.
Aaron Wiggins out there with Cason Wallace. Then there's Isaiah Hartenstein. Then there's Mitchell. And it's Joe in at the 2 spot. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Timberwolves trail by 5. And Coach, how about Naz Reid, the 2024 Sixth Man of the Year award winner?
Yeah, Brian, sort of. But although he's a big, Reid is more than capable of putting up big numbers, including from long distance.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, the Timberwolves are one of the biggest teams in the association, and Coach Chris Finch said, quote, "That's how we're built. It's part of our identity. That's what we have to lean into. We want to be big at the rim and force our size on opponents." Brian, he loves to see other teams hesitant to venture into the paint.
Hearing footsteps, right? Allie, thanks. Pure from 3-point range.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a 3-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Thunder leading by 8. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
An aggressive move to a strong finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
Alexander Walker. And it's off from 3-point range. Oklahoma City has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter in the second so far. Wiggins from long range. Miller pulls it in.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the 3-point line.
Stan, just how much of a catalyst has Mike Conley been since the Timberwolves got him?
Well, just listen to his teammates, Brian. They talk about leadership, the adult in the room, and he remains a very capable 2-way player.
Now here's Conley. He's scoreless. Miller can't get it to go. Outside Joe. Pass to Mitchell. Joe with the ball. Wiggins with it. Ingles covering. Cuts off the pass. Left side Conley. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a 3-point play.
Well, Conley is a consummate team player. He loves to get other guys good shots.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. And we all know about Stan the analyst and Stan the coach. But when you played in college, what was your game like, Stan?
Hey, Brian, I had the game that would get you beat as a coach. I will say my greatest strength was this. I was never once accused of overpassing.
The black hole. That is Stan Van Gundy.
Just a smart offensive player. Conley is aware of when he should look to rise and fire. Whew, I love it.
Mitchell, a screen on Ingles. Joe, pass to Wallace. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Joe. Pass to Mitchell from outside the arc. Sends it home from three-point land. And the Thunder lead by 7.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing. Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
And the powerful one-handed slam.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
Knocks down the long J. Reed's got 6.
Well, you love the unselfishness, makes the next pass, and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
And here we go, the Timberwolves on the run. Miller, the pass to Ingles. Back to Miller. 52 seconds left in the first half of basketball. And it's Alexander Walker penetrating. Ingles from outside. Wallace pulls it in. Thunder leading by 6. Joe on the wing. Wallace outside. Pass to Wiggins. On the wing, Mitchell. There's the 3. Offensive rebound. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Wiggins passes to Joe. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Yeah, you got to love that kind of effort. Getting in there and fighting through the defense.
Pass to Reed. The 3 is up. That one is off. And so we've reached the end of the first half of play. Oklahoma City ahead, up 8. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started. Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. Jalen Williams really making a difference here.
He's been on a tear so far, throwing down some vicious dunks. I was a little worried for the rim in the first half.
Well, as a defense, you can't allow him that much room in the post. That's just asking for trouble.
On the court for Minnesota. Amp is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1. Williams passes to Holmgren. And a miss there on the triple. Timberwolves trail by 8. McDaniels inside. Holmgren's there. McDaniels, that's good. McDaniels got 7 points in the game.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior.
Oh, okay!
Oh, my gosh.
And we see the speed and power. And Williams shows off on that one.
They get the rebound. For 3, DiVincenzo. Can't get it to drop. And so it's Williams with it. He brings it up for the Thunder. Pass to Caruso. Now Williams. Williams with the screen. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Randle pulls down the board. Deflects the pass. Timberwolves trail by 8. And it's McDaniels off the drive.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of that.
And he lobs it up to the rim. DiVincenzo with a steal. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And it's good. Fought through contact, hit the shot, and will go to the line. Stan, a late first-round pick in 2020. Jaden McDaniels, one of the top young two-way players in the league.
Well, Brian, last season he was rewarded with a big money extension. His play tailed off just a bit, but still a key player for them moving forward.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That's his first foul. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Edwards a screen on Williams. McDaniels passes to Edwards. 5 on the clock. To the inside, Gobert. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
When Gobert is close like that, you know he's going to try and ram it through.
And stolen by Edwards. He got him. No doubt that's a foul. And it's going to be a transition take foul.
And that puts them just one foul from the bonus.
Minnesota shooting their fourth shot at the foul line here. And it's tied up with that one. And there's a bevy of young talent in the NBA right now. Who are you most excited to see grow into a star, Stan?
Well, what I'm really excited about, Brian, is to see which of these young talents becomes true stars, transformative guys. Certainly Chet Holmgren and Wembanyama have already had this great rivalry. Scotty Barnes has become the next big point guard. We see Anthony Edwards, Paolo Banchero. There's a lot of guys that could be the guy, and it'll be fun to find out who actually develops into that play.
As the torch is passed, who's going to take the mantle? A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Brian, Anthony Edwards, his disposition just brightens a locker room. Coach Chris Finch said he's an absolute joy to coach. Always in a great mood with a great smile. It doesn't matter if he plays well or he doesn't. Every day he has the same approach and the same attitude.
And he wants to be great, Allie. There's no doubt about that.
Wow, Julius Randle. We could feel the floor shaking on that one.
Pass to Caruso. Back to Holmgren. 6 on the shot clock. Off target from three-point range.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
DiVincenzo, pass to McDaniels. And again, it's Minnesota with a three.
Well, hey, you give him some daylight, he can knock it down.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. A minute 9 left in the third quarter. Outside, Williams. Caruso outside. Counted from distance. Caruso's got 6.
When you get faced up at one end, you want to get it back at the other.
A bit of a duel going on between them. Came down the floor looking for immediate payback.
Randle, pass to DiVincenzo. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randle. Randle's got 3 assists now in this one.
Yeah, an underrated passer. Randle has a nice feel for the game and is willing to keep his teammates involved.
Gilgeous-Alexander finds Williams. Caruso left side. Williams passes to Caruso. Outside for Dort. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. Pass to DiVincenzo. Edwards for 3. And the Timberwolves hit again from deep.
Well, I'd say any play with Edwards on the finishing end has a good chance of succeeding.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, the Thunder, another 3.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Randle, good.
Well, the players will say, mouse in the house. Great job to use his size to expose the smaller defender inside.
And so it's Minnesota. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Well, it's one of the core parts of the game. Reading the defense and creating an easy bucket for your teammate. That is pretty.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. Mitchell out there with Isaiah Joe. Then it's Cason Wallace. Then it's Aaron Wiggins. And it's Hartenstein in at the 5. That's the lineup for Oklahoma City. All right, guys, what's your take on the hustle stats for the Timberwolves?
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And they've also been so active defensively, getting deflections, forcing turnovers, and scoring off of them.
Here's Hartenstein, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
He got in excellent position, then takes it right back up.
Conley against Mitchell. Conley passes to Reed. Back to Conley. Jacks up a 3. Hartenstein pulls it in. Hartenstein's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Wallace. Rebound Minnesota. Here's Shannon. Reed, a screen on Mitchell. Outside Reed. Pass to Shannon. Outside, Alexander Walker. 3-pointer. Hartenstein pulls it in. Hartenstein's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Wiggins with a screen on Conley. Hartenstein with it. Takes the 3. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Reed's got 4 rebounds now. Outside, Alexander Walker. Lets a 3 fly. Another miss by Minnesota.
I can't believe he missed that 3. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving it.
Right side Reed. Back to Conley. Stolen by Mitchell. Pass to Wiggins. Back to Mitchell. Wallace outside. Outside Mitchell. And another miss by Oklahoma City. The Timberwolves lead by 7. Here's Shannon. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Well, if you came here looking for a scoring battle, I think you made the right choice.
Yeah, and how great have these offenses been for these teams tonight? Just fantastic execution.
Wiggins with a screen on Ingles. Now here's Joe. He's closely guarded. Mitchell feeling it out a bit. No good with the triple. Minnesota's gone 0 for 3 here in the 4th. Conley passes to Alexander Walker. Reed for 3. Sinks the tray. And the Timberwolves lead by 12.
And he's not taking it easy on them at all. I mean, we all know he's going to keep pouring it on.
And defensively, that kind of effort is just not going to cut it.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
And sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Joe, the pass to Wiggins. Fires in the triple.
Well, look, that's the matchup he wants there. Using his height to shoot that 3 right over the top.
Pass to Reed. Outside, Alexander Walker. Reed sets a screen. Here's Shannon. Out to the wing. Reed with it. Ingles with it. Checked by Mitchell. Here's Reed. Uses the glass on the layup. Reed's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, all of us coaches, we love when you can create looks in close. Yeah, there's no reason for the defense to get out on him right now. Just let him keep taking that shot until he shows them he's going to knock it down.
Fires the 3. Hey, now 5 for 8. Shooting a pretty good percentage right now.
Leaving nothing to chance. This run is shutting the door on him.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
Yeah, they blocked out the noise, blocked out the distractions, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
It is always a special feeling winning on the road. The degree of difficulty adding to that sense of accomplishment.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Reed can't hit. Ingles against Mitchell. And another miss by Oklahoma City. Fires for three. Reed can't hit. And so it's Minnesota easily grabbing this one. Boy, a nice win on the road.
back. Some great guards going head-to-head in this one. Brent, what will you keep your eye on in that matchup?
Well, Kevin, you're pointing out the guard play, so this is when they have a chance to go one-on-one. Which of these tandems can stand out against the other? Tons of pick and roll, tons of creativity, and we'll see which of these guys can pair off tonight to win this contest.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. At point, we'll see Brunson with Anunoby next to him. Josh Hart out there with Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Robinson in at the 5. Now Hart after OG Anunoby missed from long range. Towns wide open. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
It really is something else to watch a guy like Towns shoot from that far out.
And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Well, Brent, we had to wait a year for it, but Chet Holmgren had an incredible rookie season.
And I don't think any talent evaluator is surprised at the way that Chet came in his first year and was able to contribute and sometimes dominate in the ways that he did. So coming back healthy, making that immediate impact, Chet Holmgren is going to be a superstar in this league.
Now Caruso. After Jalen Brunson missing on that last three-pointer. Williams passes to Caruso. It's rebounded by New York. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Well, I talked with head coach Mark Dagnall, and they're focused on limiting one of the best shooting bigs ever in Karl Anthony Towns. Now, coach said earlier, Towns is a machine on the offensive end. We'll try to make Cat into a passer, get the ball out of his hands. We'll see if they can accomplish that. Kevin?
Thanks so much, David. Now here's Brunson. New York moving it around. Here's Hart. Drops in the layup for 2.
Well, the paint is where Hart does a lot of damage. He'll finish in there at close range.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Gilgeous-Alexander against Anunoby. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. They grab their own miss. Hartenstein. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
Now here's Brunson. Anunoby in the corner. Traps in the tray.
And what an assured player. Anunoby believes in his ability to shoot the ball off the catch.
Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. In recent years, Brent, we've seen Oklahoma City turn into a contender simply by developing their own young talent.
Yep, blocks on sticks, on bricks, on blocks, and that's what they've done. They have not signed a free agent, big-name guy. They built from within. They built an incredible roster by drafting well and fostering the growth of these young players, along with a coach who has given them a lot of belief. It's been pretty magical in OKC.
Brent, it seems like throughout his career, Gilgeous-Alexander has an answer to whatever the defense might throw at him.
Well, the defenses don't have answers to stop him, Kevin. I know that. This guy is so quick with the basketball. He's so good at adapting on the fly with the ball, getting around the initial defender to make plays. Superstars have that quality. SGA has it in spades.
Here's Hartenstein. Shot's good by Williams.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
From deep, Brunson. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound. Oklahoma City trailing. Caruso with the ball. Brunson picks him up. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Holmgren. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Knicks have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Hart, no good. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Williams, that's good.
Well, a solid facilitator that helps that the defense thinks that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is going to shoot and not pass.
Anunoby with the screen for Brunson. Anunoby passes to Robinson. Takes the three. Another shot. Pass to Hart. Beyond the arc. Thunder with the rebound. Holmgren's got his 5th rebound in this one. Caruso kicks to Holmgren. Holmgren with a screen on Brunson. Caruso, no good. Brunson goes in. Misses the layup.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still and if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
Well, pounding the boards is one way to gain an advantage. They simply owned the glass in that first.
Well, if you get physical out there, you can control the glass, and that helps you to control the pace of the game.
And New York, looking at who they've got, Miles McBride out there with Mikal Bridges. And then there's Precious Achiuwa, and it's Sims in at the center. Greg, we know about the Euro step, but is the decel the next move that's getting more notice?
I think it is, Kevin, and you can see players have quickly incorporated that into their arsenal. It's been fun to watch, man, and I tell you, it creates some uncomfortable situations. And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
And there's the call on Miles McBride. That is his first foul of the game. Wiggins sets a screen for Mitchell. Poked away.
Well, the instincts on defense on full display there. It was a gamble for sure, but it paid off big time in the form of a steal.
The Knicks shooting their first free throw of the game here.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
Here's McBride. Pass to Bridges. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And so determined. Bridges finds a way to get the shot up and in. Now to the line.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
Well, not only that, but you love how unselfish they've been to start this game. That's going to get all the guys in a great flow and feeling good. So moving that ball around and scoring off assists, it's a nice way to play.
Here's Joe after New York gets the three. Just 5 to shoot. They need this. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Well, you can see it's a matter of pride out there for these guys.
Not always the best scenario, but in this game, pride takes over. You score on me, I'm going to come back and score on you.
Bryant trying to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Thunder trailing by 3 to the middle. Bridges with the steal. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity.
Man, clearly struggling here with the foul. Still early. And just one more will put him over the limit.
Here's McBride. Covered by Mitchell. New York, no good that time either.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game. That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Ryan, no good. Oklahoma City has gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, the big man not going to slow him down from getting that deuce.
Now, here's Bridges. Ryan with the bucket. Ryan's got 8 points.
People talk about 3 and D with Bridges, but he can pass it too.
Mitchell outside. the wing, Wiggins. Outside, Dort. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Dort's got it all tied up now for the Thunder. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the Thunder are young, but they figured out how to win. Defensive ace Lou Dort talked about their chemistry. He said nobody cries about shot selection or anything like that. We know what each player can do. We just really want to see the team win and succeed. Kevin, you see that in their play.
Don't you, David? Every single game, pulling in the right direction. To the inside. Out left to the wing. Ryan. Offensive rebound. Pass to McBride. And here is Bridges. No good from outside. Here's Dort. Oklahoma City keeps it going. A new shot clock of 14 seconds. Mitchell dishes to Wiggins. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
Jump ball.
For three, Bridges. And there's the call on Lou Dort. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. 14 foul.
Here's Ryan. Kept alive by New York. A three. Sinks the triple. Ryan's got the lead up to 6 now for New York.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
To the paint. It's intercepted. To the middle. Here's Achua. A dunk by Achua.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Joe with it. Defended by Bridges. Joe can't get it to go. Here's Ryan. There's the three. Bangs home the trifecta. And now it's an 11-point Knicks lead. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. Now, here's Holmgren. Bucket is good.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
And so it's New York ahead by 9. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break. More third quarter basketball. And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Thunder trailing by 9. They've got Isaiah Hartenstein. Williams is out there with Jang. Then it's Williams. And it's Holmgren in at the 1. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. That one good for 2.
A silky smooth shooter. Holmgren makes it look so effortless at times.
Holmgren against Brunson. Hart wide open. He fires. Good on the triple. Hart's got 5 now.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
How about last season? Made about 79% of his attempts, so those are really quality numbers. And something to like about Holmgren is his ability to run the floor. A 7-footer who can get up the court in a hurry and get to the rim before the D gets set.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Williams, he's checked in for Williams. Alex Caruso comes in for Williams. And Shea Gilgeous-Alexander subbed in for Jang. Clock at 6. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Caruso. The Thunder with another miss. The Knicks leading by 9. On the wing, Anunoby. Brunson scanning the floor. Fires from deep. And it's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander with the rebound. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Gilgeous-Alexander positioning himself well and knew exactly where to get to in the open space.
Brent, there can't be any question now that Shea Gilgeous-Alexander has arrived as an NBA superstar.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, you finish in the top 3 of MVP voting. That is a stamp of approval. SGA, one of the more feared players in the game, and this guy is on his way.
Oh, nice job there from Holmgren. His guys appreciate when they're open, he gets them the ball.
And here's Brunson outside. The offensive rebound. Anunoby kicks to Brunson. And it's blocked by Gilgeous-Alexander. And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
The possession just way more efficient, I think, here tonight, taking smarter, better shots, moving the ball around. That's helped them to get back in the ballgame.
Hart the pass to Brunson. Anunoby kicks to Brunson. Just 5 on the clock. New York needs to get off a shot. There it is! Brunson with the deep shot.
Moments left to go. Bravo to Brunson for staying cool.
Pass to Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Brunson picks him up. And Mitchell Robinson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
The fadeaway. Hartenstein against Robinson. 6 to shoot. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Buries it down low. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 9.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Yeah, this is not the team that we saw in the first quarter right now. Way more confident out there, and the cohesion of the team is impressive.
Stolen by Anunoby. And pushing it up. Here's New York. Hart the pass to Robinson. On the wing, Anunoby. He's guarded by Williams. Here's Oklahoma City now. They're on an 11-3 run. And there's the foul. Going Alex Caruso. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
And Oklahoma City going with a whole new group out there. For New York, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvements.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Oklahoma City's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. The Knicks with the lead. Pass to Ryan. Tries to save it. And they recover it. And the Knicks miss again. Here's Joe. Defended by McBride. And here's Mitchell from the arc. Sims with the rebound. Sims has got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Bridges, no one around him. Sinks the three-pointer. 5 points in the game.
Bridges finding his spot, and his team finds him with the ball. Good mechanics there, too.
Here's Dort. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
And the game still closely contested as we end the third quarter. It's the Knicks. They lead by 2. And for 2K Sports, we'll be back here at Paycom Center right after this. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feat.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And New York, looking at who they've got. We've got Miles McBride. Also Bridges out there. And it's Sims in at the center, filling out the middle. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Bridges. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. And the Knicks lead by 4. Mitchell finds Wiggins. Over in the corner, Dort. That ball's nice feed that time from Wiggins. Wiggins has got 3 assists in the game. McBride passes to Ryan. Lets it go from deep. And McBride gets it to go.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
It's Dort on the wing. Pass to Wiggins. Outside, Dort. Now, Joe. Oh, they get it back. Mitchell outside. Puts up a deep 3, and there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. The Knicks leading by 4. Brunson with it. He's picked up by Gilgeous-Alexander. Towns for 3. It's good from long range.
And drifting to the corner and finding some space, Towns can exploit any gap in the defense.
Fires the 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Caruso's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Brunson the pass to Towns. It's stolen by Hartenstein. It's up a 3. Oh, he got hacked on the... And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in air. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Mikal Bridges checked in for New York. Williams kicks to Caruso. And the call on the shot. Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Bridges passes to Anunoby. Brunson kicks to Anunoby. Trying to find Brunson. Gets it to him. 2 points. That one goes. 8 points here for Jalen Brunson.
Brunson, one of those players that's just not going to be denied, determined to convert inside, and he does.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. The Thunder with another miss.
But you make strides to get back in the ball game, but an errant shot like that can definitely cost you any kind of momentum. Have to use better judgment there.
It's stolen by Hartenstein. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. That one goes on Anunoby. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
The three-pointers and how well they're able to shoot them. You wonder if they can keep it up, and boy, have they.
You want to talk about ball distribution. They've been dominating that aspect of the game. I think there's a bunch of bankers out there. They're dropping dime after dime.
Brunson against Caruso. Caruso sets the screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. 5 to shoot. Robinson with the block.
Well, the ferociousness that Robinson can have around the rim is impressive.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
And just like that, this game is a 2-possession affair.
Caruso gets to Gilgeous-Alexander. They get the rebound. Hartenstein. Count it!
That's going to be a big morale booster.
And you know what? It could come down to those second chance buckets when it's all said and done today.
Well, especially in a close game, every possession matters.
Out to Brunson. Towns, he's open. Yes!
And this is why he's a go-to option. Towns enjoys getting a chance to come up big for his team.
To the left wing, the tray. Robinson pulls it in. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Knicks. They've led by as many as 11 points.
No time to waste on this possession.
Time is not on their side right now. They're aware.
Holmgren can't hit. Brunson outside. Outside, Towns. No good. And so it's the Knicks with the win. A near. Thank you, David. And that about wraps it up for Brett Berry. Great.
So the Timberwolves will get the first possession. And to look at the starters for the Knicks. Brunson runs point. Anunoby slots in at the 2. Mitchell Robinson is out there with Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Hart in at the small forward. DiVincenzo to pass to McDaniels. Shot clock at 6. Here's Gobert. Shoots over Robinson. Gobert no good. Doris, it's hard to believe the Knicks title drought has gone on for over 50 years now.
Oh, that fan base is just dying for an opportunity to win the championship. And here's the thing, B.A. What I love about that fan base, through all the years where the Knicks struggled, on any given night, that building is as electric as any in the league.
Doris, OG Anunoby helped the Raptors so much on their title run in 2019.
Yeah, the hard part is he was never able to suit up for the NBA Finals. To get through the season and then have an injury at that point, heartbreaking for a player. But consider, he's the first UK-born player to win an NBA title, and that cannot be taken away.
And it really feels like the chemistry of this Timberwolves team has taken a step forward.
And B.A., you know this. Winning always enhances that energy and chemistry. But beyond that, this is a roster full of players that have had individual success, and now they're hungry and thirsty for team success, because that's the true measure. Well, don't think twice. Ball touches your hands, you let it go, Anthony Edwards.
DiVincenzo against Brunson. Pass to Anunoby. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. Randall right side. And it's Randall with the jam.
Wow, excellent explosion off his feet by Julius Randle.
Brunson against DiVincenzo. Anunoby passes to Towns. And it's Towns with the power finish.
B.A., when he gets the rim in his sights, it's tough to stop.
So aggressive and a determined finisher. Nice. Great open look there. Edwards has got 5 points.
Doesn't matter where on the floor Anthony Edwards is. That shot mechanic's so pretty, so fluid.
And it's Brunson missing.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
DiVincenzo, the pass to McDaniels. It's deflected.
OG Anunoby is fast off his feet, 7'2" wingspan, says twice on the pipes.
Shot from the inbound. And Edwards with the layup. 7 points in the game. Here's New York. It's a 5-point game. Anunoby a screen on DiVincenzo. Brunson passes to Anunoby. Launches it from deep. And it's Brunson missing. Robinson with a steal. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
Well, exactly where you want Robinson taking advantage offensively. Use the length and size to score inside.
Pass to Gobert. Out to DiVincenzo. Drains the triple.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
And Brunson's got the ball here for the Knicks. They trail by 6. Here's Anunoby. Let's go with a 3. And he buries his first look.
What an answer from OG Anunoby, delivering the three-point shot in response. Wow.
Pass to Edwards. And here's McDaniels. And again, it's Minnesota with a 3.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
And Brunson gets it to go.
Though there's a calmness to Jalen Brunson, there's also a competitive fire. And boy, from range, look out.
Back to Anunoby. McDaniels against Brunson. Anunoby for 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
Oh, that was a great effort defensively. Get a hand up in the face of the shooter. It's so important.
Out of bounds. Timberwolves ball as Minnesota keeps possession. .54 seconds left in the first quarter. Edwards, a pass to Randall. Down to 5 on the shot clock. No good on the 3.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Here's Towns. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
Guys, that is what you call 2 physical, hard-earned points from Karl Anthony Towns. Go ahead and embrace that contact.
Now here's Edwards. He has 7. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to DiVincenzo. He buries it from 3. DiVincenzo's got 6.
Julius Randle can do a little bit of everything. That's a great find to get his teammate an open look.
And here's Brunson from the arc. The shot no good. Good scoring in this one as we conclude the first quarter. It's Minnesota. They lead by 4. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, their early focus on outside scoring has paid off. They're finding plenty of points from three-point land.
And their assist total, also impressive early, creating with the pass and playing for teammates.
Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Mike Conley. Then it's Joe Ingles. Then it's Miller. And it's Reed in at the center position. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the T-Wolves. Pass to Ryan. Nails it from 3. Ryan's got his first 3 points of the game. All right, Doris, you think this heliocentric style of play can lead to championship success?
Brian, this is such a big-time question, and I think a difficult one to answer. By heliocentric, we mean that the best player on your team is making up a greater percentage of the usage, meaning the ball is in their hands more. What that has led to are some of the most efficient offenses in the history of the game. But does it lead to championships? That is the answer to the question we all seek.
Right side Reed. Reed to screen on Bridges. Back to Reed. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
His hang time on the rim puts a sweet cherry on top, BA.
It's a close game, and those displays of explosiveness can jumpstart a team. And there's the foul. It'll go on Miles McBride. That's his first foul of the game.
That was a good call. The defense wasn't established.
Conley looking for an opening. Pass to Reed. Back to Conley. 6 on the shot clock. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. And Reed with a basket on the assist by Conley. Reed's got 5.
Well, if you want to pinpoint one thing about Mike Conley, it's his feel for the game. That's a pretty pass.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Miles McBride. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Knicks on D. It's a 5-point game. Pass to Reed. There's the triple. And it won't go. His first miss. He's 2 of 3 now. The Knicks have gotten 3 of 4 field goals in the second quarter. Bridges down low. He's guarded by Conley and Mikal Bridges. And they're not happy with the call here. Coach has given the second.
First team foul. Shooting for New York.
People were worried that this would slow the action down. But with so many close calls in every game, the NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
They give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. And about 3 minutes played now in the second quarter. 6 to shoot. Pass to Alexander Walker. Lets it go from deep. The rebound by Sims.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Outside Achua. From deep. New York again can't hit.
That's not his spot, but given the lack of defense, you'd like to see him knock that one down.
Reed for 3. Another miss. He's 2 for 4. Knicks trail by 5. He goes up. And he caps off the break with a monster slam.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, the Timberwolves, no doubt, a team to be reckoned with. Coach Chris Finch said, we come in every single night and compete. No matter what the circumstances are, we expect to win. We root for each other, so I feel like we have all the makings of a tough team.
And they have reason to be confident, Allie. Thank you.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Ingles passes to Reed. Outside Conley. Reed sets a screen from the arc. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Outside Achua. Pass to Sims. Outside Achua. Here's Ryan. Achua with a screen. Here's the 3. Knocks down the triple. Ryan's got 6 here in the quarter.
Well, the defense deserves to get burned. Absolutely no excuse for leaving him open.
Now here's Conley. He's guarded closely. Reed sets a screen. Ingles with it. And McBride picks him up defensively. An open look for Reed. And again, unable to change momentum here. Here's Ryan. Here's McBride. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Knicks out in front. They lead by a buck. Thanks very much, Allie. And folks, we'll be right back to start the second half of this game. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. Boy, you gotta like what we're seeing from Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for, and then, of course, executing.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end, and boy, this young guy has done just that.
And on the floor for Tom Thibodeau as we get into the second half. Brunson runs point. Anunoby slots in at the 2. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with Mitchell Robinson. And it's Hart in at the 3. Well, Grant, all the high hopes Knicks fans have had in recent years, they have finally come to fruition.
Yeah, it really was good to see the Knicks have a great campaign last year. From the players to the coaches to the front office and the fans. They've pressed all the right buttons.
Brunson passes to Hart. Anunoby against DiVincenzo. And Anunoby gets it to go.
I'll tell you, it's 6'8" with elite athleticism. Good luck checking OG Anunoby on the interior.
Randle with the drop.
Oh, wow! Incredible!
Wow, Julius Randle with a little flavor on the finish.
Brunson passes to Towns. Kicks it out to Anunoby. He shoots. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by McDaniels. Here's Anunoby. He has 7. It's Hart on the wing. Knocks it loose. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. Edwards against Anunoby. Outside McDaniels. And it's good. 2 points. McDaniels got 5.
Well, you get exactly what you want right there. Clean look right at the cup. Nicely done.
Brunson with it. Now guarded by McDaniels. Oh, rejected by McDaniels. Anunoby against Randall. Out to DiVincenzo. And unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. For New York, they've gone 2 of 5 in this third quarter. Anunoby passes to Towns. Banked it in off the glass. Give him 8 points now.
Now that's Karl Anthony Towns at his absolute best. The shot making incredible from every spot on the floor.
And Jalen Brunson gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game. Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed. New York leading by 4. Anunoby for 3. Drills it from deep.
Nice job by OG Anunoby to be aggressive from distance.
Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
And it's a completely new group for the Timberwolves. Outside Reed. Fires from deep. Nails it from beyond the arc.
That right there, that's the kind of look this system is designed to create.
New York has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Back to McBride. And he lays it up and in. And the Knicks lead by 6.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
Well, when Mikal Bridges was drafted in 2018, his hometown team, the Philadelphia 76ers, elected to trade him after selecting him.
And BA, he made no secret of the fact that that was a heartbreaking moment at the time. Consider that his mom actually worked in the Sixers front office in those days. But in the end, he has carved out one heck of a career. Such a smart offensive player. Mikal Bridges assertive and focused when he gets this close.
From deep, Conley. The offensive rebound. Outside Reed. Pass to Alexander Walker. Clock at 6. Back to Reed. Fires the 3. And the three-pointer goes. Reed's got 6 in the quarter.
Boy, major defensive lapse on that trip, leaving him all alone in three-point territory, and he drills it.
New York shooting their 5th and 6th free throw attempts tonight. First one falls for him. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
He's making the most of every trip to the line, providing for his team.
Outside Reed. Back to Conley. Stolen by Bridges. That one's good. Sims.
Here in the second half, they've just found better shots.
And I think what's happening is they're getting their shots within the flow of their offense, and you can clearly see the difference.
Outside, Alexander Walker. Outside Reed. Floats one up, and the layup is good. Reed's got 13 now.
Well, instead of forcing it all the way to the cup, he just goes with that little teardrop.
And Mike Conley picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the line for 2. New York shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts of the game. And he makes the first, but misses the second. Timberwolves trail by 8. Outside, Alexander Walker. 4 seconds left, and he takes it up and lays it in.
Well, what a job, punching the ball to the interior and finishing in the paint. Nice.
And it's going to be out of bounds. New York will have another go. Here's Ryan. And so it's New York, leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. We've got Nas.
Oh, okay then. And how about the hops Bridges has? Showing off some there with the slam.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Bridges.
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
From deep, Conley. The rebound by Sims.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Achua up top, guarded by Miller, stolen by Conley, and they're pushing it up. The ball's knocked loose. Achua with a steal. Pass to McBride, launches it, kept alive. Achua gets the bucket, and it's a 10-point New York lead. All right, let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for New York.
Yeah, they've collected an impressive number of steals so far, using fast hands to force some turnovers and then scoring on the other end.
And their fast break has also been a key metric in this one. They have had a significant advantage in transition over the course of this game.
5 to shoot. Alexander Walker with it. He's against Bridges.
Such a strong defensive player. Bridges understands I've got size and quickness. The rejection, yes, sir.
And the Timberwolves going with a whole new group out there. A big group substitution here for New York. Mitchell Robinson, he's checked in for Sims. Towns comes in for Achua. Anunoby, he's checked in for Ryan. And Payne is subbed in for McBride. Anunoby finds Bridges. Back to Anunoby. Outside Robinson. Pass to Bridges. The 3-ball. Left side Payne from behind the arc. Nails it from 3.
Boy, how about the awareness from the big man? We think of Mr. Robinson as a shot blocker. What a pretty pass.
Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
So for the Knicks, Josh Hart's checked in for Bridges. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Payne. Edwards is doubled. Out to DiVincenzo. Will it go? Nails it from beyond the arc.
Well, great decision to kick it out. Trust that your teammate will knock down the shot.
And Brunson's got the ball here for New York. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Here's Robinson. And a big finish by Robinson.
Mitchell Robinson so quick off his feet. Good night.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Outside for Randall. And there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. That's his first foul of the game. McDaniels, a screen on Brunson. Oh, he's clobbered, and he'll get 3 shots at the line. Jalen Brunson picks one up. That free throw no good from DiVincenzo. And he can't hit the second. And he nails the third. Here's Brunson. No need to rush here. Take your time.
Take your time. This is where you can reset and try to get a good shot.
And Dante DiVincenzo is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. And New York has possession. 10-point lead. Brunson passes to Anunoby. To the paint. Here's Robinson. And a big finish by Robinson.
That's what we call a power finish. There's no such thing as gentle for the big man.
Randall with the drive. Edwards for 3. The shot off that time. Knicks leading by 12. Outside Anunoby. Outside Brunson. There's the 3. Rebound Minnesota. Gobert's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Right side McDaniels. The 3. They grab their own miss. For 3, Randall knocks down the triple.
Well, you cannot sleep on Julius Randall. Catch and shoot jumper. Okay, Julius, we see you.
Brunson passes to Hart. Kicks it out to Anunoby. Fires from deep. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got 8 rebounds in the game. Randall outside. Pass to McDaniels. It's Edwards on the wing. Back to Daniels. 4-3. And again, it's Minnesota with a 3.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Back to Anunoby. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. It's on Dante DiVincenzo.
Put a bow on this one. His composure at the line effectively ends it.
Here's Minnesota. They trail by 9. DiVincenzo with it. And it's Brunson picking him up for 3. Randall. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. And they're so close to putting this game away.
Yeah, B.A., you don't have to do anything crazy. Just run the clock and don't turn it over.
He buries it from 3. And it's a 12-point New York lead.
You got to give them respect. They're doing everything they can to close this out.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
Gobert with a screen on Brunson. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen is the call.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
And what a phenomenal replay of that impressive rejection.
Yeah, obviously he had the shot well anticipated, able to shut it down with authority.
The 3 is up. Off on that one. And so it's the Knicks taking care of business in this one. They have to feel good about this performance.
Stars Clark out tonight in this one. Some big names on the floor.
Well, that's so much what the NBA is about. The best players in the world, and some of them are the elite of the elite. So you've got stars leading the way on both sides in this one. Can't wait for it to happen.
Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. In the backcourt, we'll see Gilgeous-Alexander and Caruso. Dort and Williams up in the forward positions. And it's Hartenstein in its center. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves getting the first points of the ballgame. Caruso finds Williams. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander, defended by DiVincenzo. Here's Caruso. Shot clock at 3. And the basket by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And a steady presence out there. Gilgeous-Alexander keeps his cool when the shot clock's running down.
And he banks in the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Williams. It's Dort on the wing. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Hartenstein with the screen on DiVincenzo. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. It's stolen by Hartenstein. Caruso, the pass to Williams. Here's Hartenstein. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Anthony Edwards with the rebound. And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander after the basket by Minnesota. Pass to Caruso. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. McDaniels with the ball. Dort covering. And finished up by McDaniel.
Rocketing right off the floor. Explosive jam by McDaniel.
Gobert with the screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. McDaniels. And here's Gobert. Rebound by Williams. Thunder trailing by 6. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, I briefly spoke with Minnesota's head coach. He immediately mentioned that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, of course, is at the top of their scouting report. He told me the key to stopping SGA is defending without fouling. Easier said than done, but try to keep him off the free throw line. And try, emphasis on try, to make Shai a jump shooter. A very tall task, guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. From past the arc.
Well, I like the effort that Edwards is making to commit to defense, not letting the shooter get by him.
Here's Randall, and then Randall slams it in.
You got to have guts and hops to pull off a dunk like that. Randall got a lot of both.
Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. His shot is good, scores his third basket in 6 tries, shooting 50%.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Williams passes to Hartenstein. 1:07 left in the first quarter of the game. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And a 3-level score. That time, SGA takes it all the way.
DiVincenzo kicks to Randall. A solo fast break. Here's Caruso. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
Now here's DiVincenzo. He has yet to score. McDaniels with the ball. He's picked up by Gilgeous-Alexander.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Nice find by Gilgeous-Alexander. He reads the floor so well.
And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. And he's good on the 3-ball. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for Oklahoma City. Trailing by 2.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
A 3 for DiVincenzo. And again, Minnesota with the triple. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
It's been all about Jaden McDaniels for Minnesota. He notched 8 points. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Timberwolves?
I like how they've worked the ball inside, getting looks closer in there, and that really helps your offense.
They've also displayed a real unselfishness as a team, moving the basketball well, sharing the rock, and giving everybody a chance to participate in the offense.
Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Conley. Then it's Joe Ingles. Then there's Reed. And it's Shannon in at the 3. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Timberwolves. There's always a surprise, isn't there, Clark, in the offseason? Let's go back to 2022. That offseason, the Timberwolves going all in on Rudy Gobert.
Basically, Kevin, they traded 5 firsts plus a bunch of good players for Gobert. It was derided at the time, and I can understand why, but Rudy's defense has taken them to another level, and he's actually been a little better offensively than people thought he would be.
Here is Conley after Oklahoma City gets the 3. Pass to Reed. A rebound by Mitchell.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
They get it back. Holmgren kicks to Zhang. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Joe with it. Covered by Conley. Tries again. And Holmgren lays it in. Holmgren's got the lead up to 3 now for Oklahoma City.
I mean, length and skill. And Holmgren has a lot of both.
Alexander Walker passes to Ingles. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Here's Alexander Walker. Lays it up and banks it in.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Mitchell kicks to Wiggins. Misses the 3.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And it's Ingles off the drive. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Now, here's Holmgren. Here's Zhang. Hits the 3-point bomb. Zhang's got a couple of 3-pointers in the second for the Thunder. Clark, obviously, this is a results league for head coaches, and we're always going to see lots of changes at that position.
I think you're exactly right. I don't necessarily agree with it all the time. I would like to see owners and general managers and decision makers be a little more patient, give coaches a little more runway, but we know it's a results-oriented league, and oftentimes the reality is that it's easier to change one coach than it is perhaps to change a handful of players on a roster that's not performing.
Wiggins tries in. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Pass to Alexander Walker. Nailed from 3-point land. Alexander Walker's got 5.
A total defensive collapse. I mean, no reason to allow him that kind of space from behind the arc.
Here's Joe. Reed against Holmgren. Driving inside. And the dunk by Holmgren.
Oh, the long strides of Holmgren on display. This is why you can't give him the lane.
Shannon passes to Alexander Walker. Lays it up off the glass. 7 points in the game.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
And Clark, here's a great guy to have in the rotation, Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
Loved him in college. Loved his versatility, and I thought it would translate nicely to the NBA. Took him a minute to find his rhythm, but he's got great length, which makes him versatile defensively, and he can play with just about anybody because he's got good all-around offensive skill. Conley loves setting up his teammates for quality shots. He's one of the more selfless guys in the league.
And Chang gets it to go.
That's a nice play there. Not going to miss many from there.
There's 47 seconds left to play in the first half. Conley against Mitchell. Right wing. Here's Reed. No good on the triple. Oklahoma City has gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Pass to Alexander Walker. Three-pointer. Drills the three-pointer. Alexander Walker's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
And Mitchell gets it to go.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Out to the wing. Here's Reed. And the rejection by Holmgren. So a tie game here as we finish the first half. We've got more in store for you right after this.
36. Use the restrictions of the court and get ready for the big half-court shot.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Oklahoma City's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. Here's who Mark Daigneault is going to put out there to start the second half. In the backcourt, we'll see Gilgeous-Alexander and Caruso. Dort and Williams up in the forward positions. And it's Hartenstein in at the 5, roaming the paint. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. Jaden McDaniels has become an X factor for the Wolves. Mike Conley says, we know what he does defensively, but the offense that he can bring for us balances our unit. It's much needed. Guys tend not to think of him as an offensive player, but he does have that in his game. Kevin?
But I love the reference to an X factor. He definitely is that. All right, David, thank you. And the Timberwolves with possession here. The Thunder making the shot. Right side, Dort. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
Now, here's Dort. Hasn't made one yet. Williams for 3.
You know, the mixture of power and balance really makes Randle a threat defensively.
Here's DiVincenzo. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. Buries it from three-point range. And the Timberwolves lead by 4. And it's Jaden McDaniels with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Count it, number 5 from the floor this game. He's now 5 of 11.
And this is the kind of fire Gilgeous-Alexander plays with. How about the response there?
They get it again. Six on the shot clock. Edwards. Good as the jump shot falls. Edwards got 7 points in the game.
I tell you what, Edwards has a really nice, smooth release, and that shot looked in the moment it left his hand.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Williams. A fader. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Reeves got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here we are sizing up GA Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch and shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
Gilgeous-Alexander against McDaniel. For the tie. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Reeves got 6 rebounds in the game. It's Edwards on the wing. Offline with his 3. Thunder trailing by 3. Here's the 3. Caruso, no good. Minnesota's gone 2 of 5 with a 3-point shot since coming out of the break. A nice shot by McDaniel.
They just look sweeter falling from the corner, don't they, those threes? McDaniel's more than serviceable from deep.
Caruso sets the screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Caruso. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 5th assist in this one. Oh, here's Edwards. He has 7 out of bounds. Oklahoma City takes possession. A new lineup here for the Timberwolves. 1:44 left to play in the 3rd. And here's Mitchell from the arc. And the 3 ball is good. Mitchell's got the game tied up here for Oklahoma City.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Here's Alexander Walker. And another 3 for Minnesota.
For real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Now, here's Holmgren. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. Here's Conley. And it's in there. Now it's a 5-point Timberwolves lead.
It's always a positive thing for this offense when Conley puts pressure on him.
Holmgren finds Joe. Back to Holmgren. Here's Joe. Covered by Conley. Pass to Jang. 5 on the clock. The 3. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
And, you know, even though he's not a lights-out shooter from deep, the defense still has to be more aggressive there.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Ball's knocked loose. Outside Conley. Pass to Ingles. Out to Conley. Launches it. The shot's good on the assist by Ingles. Conley's got 8 points.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Here's Joe. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And that does it for the 3rd quarter. Both teams clicking offensively. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate. And how about the setup this one?
Yeah, and as a 2-guard, he's typically not a reluctant shooter. So it's really nice to see him orchestrating for a teammate instead.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Gobert is out there with Joe Ingles. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Then it's Conley, and it's Shannon in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. And they call an illegal screen here.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Now, here's Holmgren. And it's Joe, top of the key. For the 3. Good on the 3-point shot.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Alexander Walker with the ball. Now defended by Mitchell. Conley, the pass to Shannon. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Clock at 6. Back to Alexander Walker. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Alexander Walker's got the lead back up to 7 now for the Timberwolves. Mitchell wide open. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. And Oklahoma City going with a whole new group out there. Minnesota shooting a magnificent 69% in this game. DiVincenzo finds McDaniel. Gobert with a screen on Williams. Down low. It's stolen by Hartenstein. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Offensive rebound. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
What hustle on the offensive glass, finding ways to capitalize, paying off that hard work.
Here's Edwards. The muscle from Edwards.
Boy, how about the strength of Edwards? Confident at taking on defenders and finishing.
Williams for 3. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got his 4th rebound in this one. Right side, Edwards. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And it's Jordan off the drive. Caruso, no good. Gilgeous-Alexander against McDaniel. Dort kicks to Caruso. Second chance shot. Hartenstein passes to Williams. Outside, Dort. A 3-ball. Williams' shot is off.
You know, to cut deficits, you got to be making smart basketball plays out there. Taking care of the ball. It's not done by hoisting up bonehead threes like that one.
Oh, here's Edwards. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. And we're about 3 minutes into the 4th quarter. It's stolen by Edwards. It's deflected. And here's the fast break. On the wing, DiVincenzo.
Switch.
Over in the corner, McDaniels. A 3-pointer is right on target. McDaniels got the lead up to 10 now for the Timberwolves. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Minnesota.
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
You know, something else, guys? You know, they came out of that tunnel sprinting in a full stride sprint. That translated to the floor and lots of success in the fast break game.
Here's DiVincenzo. After the made shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. DiVincenzo. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Edwards. Thunder with the rebound. We've got 1:08 left in the 4th quarter. And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. Connects from 3-point range. And now it's only a 5-point Minnesota lead. A 3 for DiVincenzo. Hits it from 3-point range.
Really the best result they could have hoped for on that possession. They get back all 3 points they just gave up and are close to putting this thing out of reach.
I'm not quite ready to go there yet, but it certainly sounds like the crowd is with you on that idea.
There's 48 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Edwards finds Gobert. Now McDaniels. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
Here's Minnesota. Driving to the basket. To the wing right side. Lets the 3 fly. A shot by Alexander Walker, no good. Greg, nothing short of some once-in-a-lifetime plays are going to save them now.
Yeah, the door is just about to close on this one. But hey, never say never.
11 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Fires for 3. The shot's good from Alexander Walker. And the Timberwolves lead by 8. And so the Timberwolves take the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the cleared. All right, DA, thanks again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.